Are you ready to learn the 10 commandments for financial success? We already dealt with 3 commandments in my previous video. So today I want to deal with 3 or 4 more in this video. And if you'll follow these commandments, listen, you will prosper in life. This is what God told Joshua in Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. He said, if you'll meditate on the word day and night and do it, you will make your way prosperous and you'll have good success. How many of you are ready for some good success in life? Well, the Bible is a success book. It will teach you how to successfully handle your financial life. So what are the commandments, the 10 commandments for financial success? Well, commandment number 4 is thou shalt be diligent in work. Did you hear that? Not slack, not lazy, but diligent. Proverbs 10:4 says, the diligent hand shall be made rich. You want to be rich? Only one way to be rich. You have to be one of the best at what you do for a living. That's it. Now, if you just want to be have middle class income, then just be the middle of the road at what you do. But when you are working hard to become the very best, which means some of you need to go to college, you need to get a doctorate degree. You understand? In other words, you need to start learning more, because the more you learn and the more you know, the more people will pay you for what you know. So when you become the best at what you do, you can increase your wealth, but it's never going to happen if you're lazy. If you think you're going to sit down and you're lazy boy and just money's going to flow into your life, forget it. You're in fantasy land. You got to be the very best at what you do. Be one of the very best at least. And when you're one of the very best, you get paid well. This is what Solomon says, the diligent hand shall prosper. He says, you see a man, this is what Solomon says, you see a man who's skilled in his work, he shall not serve before obscure people. He shall serve before kings. What is he saying? That person who's skilled, who's very good at what he does, he gets to be promoted. Only one way for promotion. You just can't just stay in the company and expect promotion by years. You got to expect it by action, by the fact that you offer more because you know more. And there is no shortcut to financial prosperity. There's no lucky charm. There's no magic bullet that's going to bring you wealth. God's commandment is simple. Thou shalt be diligent in work. Commandment number 5 is thou shalt avoid debt. You shall avoid it. You don't want to be in debt at all. Proverbs 26 verse 7 says the rich rule over the poor and the debtor is servant, slave to the lender. You got to avoid debt. This is what sinks people. Is they don't have the money right now, so what do? Is they borrow it. They use their credit card, which is silly. Listen, I have credit cards, but I use it and I pay it off at the end of the month. I never pay the minimum payment. Listen, you already know you're going to be in poverty when you pay the minimum payment that's on that credit card. You will never get out. You will be an old person, probably in your grave, before that credit card debt is paid for. You got to avoid debt. God said, I'll make you the lender, not the borrower. I'll make you the head, not the tail. But some of you, you're living in the tail, and then you want to know why you can't get ahead. I'm telling you, I would never have this beautiful house that I have. We would not have 8 acres of beautiful property at the church with about over $5 million worth of building if I was constantly borrowing money and barely paying a little bit here, a little bit there. My goodness, how am I going to prosper in life? How will our church ever prosper if I constantly stayed in debt? And my brothers and sisters, you've got to get out of debt as soon as you can. Pay the credit card that has the highest interest. Pay it off quick. You made some mistakes by getting into debt. Get out of it. Because this is an important commandment. Commandment number 5 is thou shalt avoid debt. Can you handle one more? Here it is. Commandment number 6. Thou shalt create a budget. Solomon in his wisdom says that keep abreast of the facts. Some of you, you don't want to budget. All you do, you have no idea your income, your outgo. You just check your bank statements. Oh, we got some money in there. You don't have, what shows up is not all the money you have. You probably have less than that because not all the bills have cashed in. You got to be aware of what's going in. You got to be aware of what's coming in and what's going out. And some of you, you just prefer to stick your head in the sand. And I'm here to tell you, you're going to get into trouble because you are not following the sixth commandment. Thou shalt create a budget, and you have to live by that budget. Now, I know this is not exciting. Some of you might have already turned me off. The people who needed to hear this turned me off already. But maybe you're so hungry for the plan of God and to prosper that you're willing to listen to the whole thing. And I'm here to tell you, you got to make a budget, stick to it, and make sure you give your tithe to the Lord. And try, and we'll get to the commandment about investments in the next video. But friend, follow these commandments, and you're going to have great financial success.